So traders, in today's video, we're going to be just doing just an update on the markets, what's going on right now, and just a bit of an update and what could be happening and some key levels to look out for. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. All right, traders, let's get straight into it. We're just going to be looking at the stock market, the indices, and what's next when it comes to the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and so on and so forth. Guys, I'm running a training today, and the very first link in the description. I'm going to teach you all the details, guys. I'm going to teach you everything that I learned of what I need to do to become a good trader. I'm going to teach you my #1 trading system. I'm going to teach you how I find these trades. I'm going to show you how I scan the markets for these amazing trades that give me high success rates and all the other different ingredients that you need to know that goes into helping you become a good trader. Very first thing in the description, guys. Go click on that and go join me today. I look forward to seeing you there. Moving over now through to the Dow Jones, we can see that we are definitely in a bit of a holding no man's land. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we did see some form of a pullback, not a crash, but a pullback, right? Now, if I do say, let me actually put this to the side. Or let me actually pull something out what I just said there. Crash and pullback are different. A pullback is probably going to last a week. A crash is probably going to last a month. But do you see how a crash is just a magnitude of a big pullback times 4, right? You know, or 2008 crash. Oh my goodness, 2008 crash. Yeah, that was 365 days. Not 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Okay, guys, so don't be afraid of a crash in the markets, right? Because the crash, you're not going to wake up one day and the market's going to, be down. Even the coronavirus couldn't even do that, and everything went to caca cuckoo, right? That's a terminology for that. Caca cuckoo. So, not even that. So when we're looking at these markets, don't be afraid of, oh my goodness, right? Now, back to the Dow Jones. What's going on right now? We can see how we've been in a very nice upward movement and we've had a bit of a gap up and we're sort of slowing down through here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we did start to see a bit of a pullback, maybe going into towards the end of the year, maybe even the start of next year. I don't know. And I am bullish overall, guys, over the next, say, 6 months, 12 months, somewhere about there. I am definitely bullish, but I definitely do see we're going to get some form of a pullback. We always do, and so that's what I'm seeing through there. If I bring up my good old trusty and funky dunky trend lines, we can see where major support is when it comes down to the Dow Jones. So if we do get a pullback, then I expect to bounce off around about this support level through here, and then we're probably likely to continue up from there. But we will see what actually happens. We could actually hold here and then continue up, and everything I just said, it just goes straight out the window. Forget what I just said, and and away we go. But if we do get a bit of a pullback, then we might get to maybe even like a 50%. So if we draw our Fibonacci levels from the low through to the high point, all right, from low through to the high point. And I talk more about this in the training with a link below as well too, about the trading system that I trade. And I love trading pullbacks. I love trading on the pullback because it gives me a much better chance of doing well in the markets. But anyway, I'll talk more about that on the training that I'm running today. And you can see how the market's running up sideways. Okay, sideways. So if we do get a pullback, it's really interesting that the 50 to 62% level is right around this level here. So if we did start to get a little bit of a pullback here, guys, I'm not saying we are, but if we did, there'll be key levels of support that we're probably likely to hold. And then we're likely to create some form of a higher low, and then away we go again. So just keep an eye out for that, guys, because if we start to create a certain type of pattern, which is this, and let me bring up my trend lines. If we create this sort of a pattern where the market comes back down, holds it, and then we start to rally back up, and we definitely start to break up through here, and we create something like that, then get ready for one of the most amazing explosion bull markets you've ever seen. And I truly do believe that. That's what I absolutely do believe. One of the most explosive bull markets we've ever seen. I really do believe that. But I want to see this pattern first. If we can see this, especially what we're seeing right now, with all the liquidity into the markets, if we can see something like this, guys, get ready for the most, we think the market's overvalued now. Wait till you see 6 months from now after we see this thing happen, because we're about to skyrocket. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Dow at 40,000. Oh, John, that's not going to happen? Who knows, right? Who knows? the way this market's going, the way the Fed keeps more money in the system, right? And 0% interest rates, and bonds are useless right now. So all the money is flooding into the stock market, and real estate as well too. Okay, creating what? Creating asset inflation. But it's probably likely to keep doing that until we hit a critical point, like the run into 1929. Like the the Roaring 20s, and then what happened at the Roaring 20s? That was 1929, and then we had a crash. But that took years, right? So, guys, I wouldn't be too surprised if this is just the start of if we do see this, guys, if we do see this pattern I said before, this nice drop down first, where we have a drop down, create a higher low, and then we hold here, and then we rally back up towards there. Oh, get ready, guys. Get ready, because we're going to have an explosive year next year. This year we did 12%, or roughly between 5 and 10% so far from year to date. And I definitely just see a very big move coming next year if we can get this nice little pullback first to reset and to go for a nice move. So, moving over now through to the S&P 500, something very similar to the Dow Jones as well too. You can see we had the big Rona, we had the big vid crash, and then the markets picked back up through here, right? And then we come back down, we had a pullback through here. This is major support level through here. So the ultimate maximum point that I see looking at, actually, let me just take everything off the screen again, and let me just draw it from the maximum low, the maximum point. So I'm going to draw it from the maximum low point through there, and I'm going to pick up this maximum low point through here. Okay, so, and then I'm just gonna extend that to the right, like so. So I'm gonna extend that to the right, and then I'm also just gonna create a little parallel trend line. See how it's the exact same line, and then I'm gonna project that up through to there, and I'm probably gonna use that through there somewhere. So I'll be using that. That'll be the sort of the channel that I'll be using as the channel. So if we can see the big overall channel. Now if we go and zoom in on the short-term time frame, we can see we had a big move up, and we had just see how it's very slow. You can see how the buyers are getting tired. It doesn't mean we're not going to go up, right? I'm just sort of reading what the market's telling us right now. You can see how we had a very strong move up, but see how the buyers are getting really tired through here. We created like a little bit of a reversal candle today as well too. So I wouldn't be too surprised once again if we did start to see a bit of a pullback, a little short-term pullback in the markets. Very interesting, guys, to see if we do start to see something like that. It's going to be really interesting. Again, that's going to be a buying opportunity for people out there. I truly believe there's going to be big buying opportunities. So that's the major support level through there. And we also have key levels of support. But the Fibonacci levels, I love looking at Fibonacci's because it gives you a good key where we may find support or resistance, and there you go. So we have this sort of support line through there, but you can see the 50%, which is this line right here, and the 62% is right there. So we may even get a bit of a flush down. Like I'm not saying we're definitely going to get a pullback, guys, but if we did start to see a pullback, we're probably going to get a pullback towards these levels here. And if we did start to see another big put, if we did start to see a pick back up again from there, again, that to me would be the start of one of the greatest bull markets we've ever seen. And I mean like vertical, right? We haven't seen really vertical price movement apart from the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's a different world of its own. But when it comes to the S&P 500 and stuff like that. So that's what I'm seeing through there. And looking at the Nasdaq, once again, if we open the charts right up, you can see I've already got my trend lines pre-drawn into there. Let me delete that off the screen. So massive trend line to the upside. Again, just slowly moving up. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we did get a little bit of a dip to the downside. And if we did, where is the good old Fibonacci retracement? Doesn't mean we're definitely going to do this. But if we did get a pullback, then you can see this whole sort of area through here, 11,000, somewhere about there, is indeed definitely a area of support for the markets. And once again, if we do pick back up, then I expect to see a lot more upside to come. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's updates. Overall, guys, I see a lot more upside coming into 2021, a lot more upside. For me personally, I want to see a bit of a pullback first for me to start to get confident that I'd rather buy in on a dip. I'd rather buy in after a dip or even on the dip than try to buy it as it's been going up for quite some time. So I hope this helps you out today, guys. Guys, once again, make sure you join my training today. It's link in description. And I'm going to share with you everything you need to know, everything that goes into a good trader, because you must learn that. I'm going to teach you my number one trading system. I'm going to teach you the 3 secrets you must know, the 3 different secrets you must know in order for you to crush the markets for the rest of your life, how I scan the markets, how I find these trades. I'm going to teach you all the details about the trading system. So join me today, link in the description. I look forward to seeing you there.